Hi traders, hope you're having a good weekend. And today let's do multi-time frame analysis for different instruments, um, but most of all like majors, BTC, Ethereum, oil, and gold. And if I will be kind of slow because I didn't look before the market, so this is will be like my personal outlook with just comments. And if you want to make things faster, just click in the bottom right corner for speed, and yeah, I will be talking faster then and with a funny voice. So let's start with Euro USD. As I reviewed before, I have this big bullish structure from 12 months. So these are breakout structures. And as you probably know, if you followed me for some time, I view structure like a price expansion, and then everything that happens inside is kind of inside structure, so not that important. So like here, so big impulse, big price expansion, and these shifts. So even this shift is just an intermediary shift for me that does not have like a definitive importance for the price action. Okay, and there are some additional rules for this, but overall it's like that. So that's why on yearly chart on Euro USD, I'm like overall bullish, but I have this real clear demand zone, and I think we can go and mitigate it. Because if demand zone is unmitigated, that this means that some orders that were used for these manipulations, they are still opened in drawdown here, and now strong side of the market, smart money institutions, they would like to come back to close them in at break even and then continue the price action. So that's why on yearly, though we are still bullish, we have some reasons to go lower. And then on monthly and weekly, of course, we are still very bearish. And again, I have some outlooks for other pairs. And maybe if you want, maybe I will skip some details. But if you want, please feel free to check them. So weekly is very bearish. Daily is becoming interesting, but um, not perfect scenario for me for my strategy, because my strategy is more like trend following, and when something like this happens, what I can do, I can just go to lower time frames and scalp the lower time frame trends, because what is happening now is of course an accumulation, but as I told in previous video, I see this price action like exactly like this price action, or like this price action, or this one. And what I mean is an instrument makes an impulse and then starts some kind of accumulation. Everyone start So not everyone, but weak side of the market starts to see this as a bottom, and then it makes an impulse to the upside, like this, you see, like this. So it just happens everywhere, you see. Just look at the chart and you will see. So this is basically, it will make an impulse and then goes lower. Why it happens? Because it's just a redistribution from a Wyckoff theory. Yeah, but actually, even if we would like to keep things really simple, we will see that everything happening is just we have this price expansion, this range, and now everything happening here is just inside structure. And until this range is holding, this price expansion is holding, we can be overall bearish. And until I can say, based on my strategy, that this market is bullish, I would like to see this shift and then even one more shift. So I will have one shift and second shift to the bullish side, and then I will be overall bullish and will look more for bullish trades. But right now I'm still bearish for Euro USD. And again, for more context, check out ideas. But overall, I'm bearish from this zone first, and then from this zone. So these are my daily zones. This one is not that good. This one is not that good. This one is better because it's higher. It's the last zone to hold the structure. And if this price expansion and if this bearish trend wants to hold, it will hold from this point as the last point. And if I'm wrong about this, I will know like quickly that I'm wrong. But as you see, it didn't go tap. And what's interesting, of course, we have some shifts of structure on lower time frames, and we didn't tap into the zone. And usually, what happens when the price comes to these points but never mitigates, then it usually will go and mitigate the zone, and it will use this high as a target point, so to liquidate every orders above this high. So that's why, though, as I explained, I'm really bearish from higher time frames. Based on these shifts of structure on lower time frames, I'm okay with waiting for some confirmations. We have not bad zones here. So actually plan for the start of the week is to see this pullback during market open and Asian session on Monday, then look for confirmations to go and mitigate this zone. Because if this is lower time frame accumulation, which it is, of course, and if it will have this effect, so this is the cause, and this can be an effect, and then we can look for shorts. So this all will become a redistribution. So this is overall plan for Euro USD, being bullish on lower time frames, finding some confirmations to go higher, then finding some confirmations to go lower, or if it breaks, then just follow the structure and go continue the bearish side. Okay, but again, if we pay attention to Euro USD and how it moves, we can definitely see that these rangy consolidations, they can be extended for a long time, so for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks, for 1 month. Okay, so that's why I tell that this price action is not like very optimal for my strategy, but I will see what I can do. So GU basically the same. I would just say that daily is still very bearish, course. So I don't treat any kind of I don't try to pinpoint bottoms. Okay, so maybe this is a so-called bottom, but for me, I mean, it does not matter because I just my rules does not consider any kind of bottoms. Okay, I would rather consider this level as a target to go and liquidate. So again, daily very bearish. We recently had this break of structure, and now we are inside this huge price expansion. Of course, yeah, usually after this we can have some reasons to go higher again, like on Euro USD. I will expect the price now on lower time frames to go higher to mitigate this one, and probably I will look for some longs if I will have confirmation from this one. Basically the same. UJ very bullish still, very bullish. Weak hands are trying to predict the top. They were trying to do it here. Everyone, weak hands thought, weak side of the market always saw that this is the top and tried to short. Had some maybe short-term trades, but were liquidated, of course. So overall, very bullish still. And UJ is a bit different because we even don't have any kind of shifts on lower time frames, except maybe of on yeah actually yeah we have this shift on 2 hours, but I would stick to 4 hours, and for UJ I would look for price to come here and look for confirmations to go higher. So this is for the beginning of the week. Now USD CAD. So USD CAD, let's just stick to daily. So I personally don't trade USD CAD, USD CHF. I don't like this price action, so I just skip. If someone wants, just write in the comments. I'll share what I think. NZD sometimes I trade it, but right now again very bearish on weekly, still bearish on daily, but I don't like this price action. It's like very choppy. I usually don't trade like this. So for NZD again, yeah, this zone is mitigated. Yeah, I can see it going a bit higher. We had this break. It was only one break, so still. Okay, I will not comment on NZD so I don't like the price action. I will see how it will develop during the week. US 100, I had this post about. Sorry for this. Let's remove. So I had this shift on weekly. So on weekly we were bearish and then shifted with this move bullish. But again, to make a market really bullish for me, I would like to see one more shift on weekly. So now for me, the market is overall bearish, but with some bullish shifts on weekly and on 2 days. I had this zone in my post before. I think this one, or maybe on 3 days. Let me see. No problem. So I just had the zone, I think. Yeah, I had the zone and I was looking for confirmations. I found some confirmations on 15 minutes. And now what I'm looking is just liquidating this high for US 100 and US 530. Again, I'm aware that we are not really bullish from weekly. And of course, we had these shifts, bearish shifts. Now we had this accumulation. So accumulation, low, everyone saying bottom, 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 liquidation, liquidation. I was entering from this shift in price on from 15 minutes structure. So this shift for me was good for entry. So we were moving like bearish, bearish, and then started to shift, and then you see this clear shift, clear demand zone, and I found my confirmation on 1 minute here, and still looking to go higher. Gold is pretty hard now to analyze because again it remains like Euro USD. So overall it's bearish. I still, like I shared before, I still want to attack this liquidity, want to go lower. Still very bearish on daily. We are still in the same price expansion again. When the market starts to consolidate and does something like this, I don't really like it because now this price expansion for me, like it the importance of this structure fades away. The more the more inside structure we create. So though I still looking for these shorts, I don't have very clear structures anymore. So what I do in these instances, I just can go to lower time frames and maybe look for some scalping opportunities like I had here. So we had this shift and I tried to long, but it was a loser, like just a normal loser. And now what's interesting, you see, we have this shift, but again, the price expansion was so what's interesting for my strategy, we had this push, we had this down push on 2 hours, and really yeah, really we had a break only now, so we have only one break to the bullish side. And we already mitigated some demand in here. So in the beginning of the week, we really can see this bullish side, but I really don't like the bullish side for gold right now. I really don't like it. If it makes the move, um, I would be even better to see something to short from this inside structure. But again, I just don't like this consolidation, because what it means, it can continue and then do its manipulation and so on. So yeah, I will share some analysis during maybe Tuesday. Uh, f- US oil for me, still I had this analysis posted, so the zone is still holding and looking for confirmation from this zone. Again, right now, confirmation for me looks like a shift of structure on lower time frames, and now we don't have this shift. So now even on 5 minutes, we have this price expansion to the upside, and now inside structure. So if I want to short, I want to wait for this break of structures and confirmation. Ethereum and Bitcoin. So yeah, that's what my normal loser was trying to short this zone, but never happened. Again, just crazy long consolidation. Like nothing crazy happens. Just see what it does in the beginning of next week. For Bitcoin, I was sharing this zone, and now I would like to see some shorting and attack this price action. So short bias is my main bias. We are still inside this price expansion, still looking for lows to be taken, but we have this room to go and mitigate higher. So, and that's why this zone is very interesting for me in terms of price action, because if we break now, we can really go and attack these highs and go higher. But now we are not breaking. Of course, we don't have enough volume on the weekend. As you see, we don't have any kind of breaks on lower time frames still. So right now, mm, lower time frame structure is very bullish. So as you see, very bullish, 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 bullish again. And now structural expansion is this. And if we want to be like really sure that the setup is high quality, it's better to wait at this break and then short from here. Okay, that's it. Hope it's helpful. Send me your questions and see you next week. Let's see how price will develop. Bye.